Contingent valuation method. Group 5. What is CVM? CVM is a way to find out how much people value things like clean air or nature by asking them how much they would pay to protect them or how much they want as compensation if they were taken away. The purpose of CVM is to measure the economic value of environmental resources that cannot be bought or sold in regular markets. Next, focus on non-use values, especially useful for valuing things like biodiversity, clean air, and natural beauty that people value even if they don't directly use them. Other than that, it supports decision-making, help policymakers make better choices about environmental protection and managing resources by understanding their true values to society. Elicitation methods are crucial for gathering public preference in contingent valuation method. These include open-ended question, which allows respondent to freely state their willingness to pay. It also includes payment cards offering a range of monetary values for respondent to choose from. Moreover, bidding games where individuals are guided through iterative bids to determine their valuation. Lastly, dichotomous choice format where participants answer yes or no to specific payment scenarios. Let's talk about the importance of CVM. CVM allows us to value non-market goods. CVM supports informed decision-making by quantifying public preference. It enables the assessment of societal priorities for resource allocation. It is a tool to promote environmental policies by reflecting public support and capturing non-use values. Its flexibility and applicability makes it a valuable tool across different contexts. Lastly, it helps in benefit cost analysis to ensure efficient investment in environmental projects. How about strength and weakness of CVM? Starting off with strength, CVM can capture both use and non-use values such as existent and bequest value. It also provides a direct measure of people's preference for environmental goods. It is also flexible and applicable to various environmental issues globally. It is useful for valuing resources not traded in markets like biodiversity. Lastly, it can inform policymakers and justify funding for conservation projects. So, how about weakness? Strategic bias can occur if respondents try to influence the survey outcome. CVM can result in non-response or outliers affecting data reliability. Next, it can be prone to biases like hypothetical bias. Moreover, it requires detailed survey, making it time-consuming and expensive. Lastly, responses may lack accuracy due to starting point biases or unclear scenarios. Now let's look at the past application. Promoting solid waste management and disposal through contingent valuation method. The purpose of this study is visitors WTP for solid waste management and disposal services, for understanding the research status and future development, and identify the key influence factor on an individual's WTP values. The final CVM value is Rm 26 ringgit 84 cents per house. The next past application is about visitors' willingness to pay for national park entrance fee in China. The final CVM WTP value is the recommended entrance fee for maximizing ticket revenue is 160 yuan, which is Rm 96 ringgit 96 cents. Moreover, economic valuation of Borneo orangutan at Kemaman Zoo and Recreation Park in Terengganu, Malaysia. The purpose is to help conserve Borneo orangutan at Kemaman Zoo It seeks to support increased entrant fee for conservation effort. And the final CVM WTP value is RM 18 ringgit 59 cents. Additionally, public awareness and willingness to pay for forest conservation in Malaysia. The purpose is for forest conservation. It highlights the public recognizes the negative impact of agricultural expansion on forests and support conservation efforts. The final CVM WTP value for visitors RM 17 ringgit 60 cent per person per year, for fishermen RM 8 ringgit 38 cent per person per year. In other cases, local communities WTP for conservation of ecotourism resources at Gelam Forest, Kelantan, Malaysia. The purpose is to assess local communities WTP for conserving Gelam Forest as an ecotourism destination. It focused on economic and social factors affecting WTP, potential benefits of ecotourism, and the final CVM WTP value is RM 4 ringgit 20 cent per head per year. Furthermore, improvement of urban environment and preservation of cultural heritage through experimental economics by modified CVM. The purpose of this study is to develop a methodological framework for the preservation of cultural heritage through CVM, to identify the value that local communities place on cultural heritage. And the final CVM WTP values for Matang Mangrove Forest Reserve. The conservation fee is RM 17 ringgit 60 cents per year for a visitor and 8 ringgit 38 cents per year for a fisherman. For Paya Indah Wetlands, for the entrance fee to conserve the wetlands is RM 7 ringgit 12 cents per visitor. The next case study is about contingent valuation of Malaysian Highland Forest, the non-market benefits accrued to local residents. The purpose of this study is to assess the non-market benefit that local residents derive from the Malaysian Highland Forest and to quantify these benefits using the contingent valuation method, which helps in understanding the value of environmental resources that are not traded in markets. And the final CVM WTP value for Taman Negara National Park is RM 6 ringgit 32 cents for Malaysian visitors and RM 18 ringgit 47 cents for international visitors. And the next case study is about determination of factors in willingness to pay for firefly conservation in Kuala Selangor, Malaysia using CVM. And the purpose of this study is to investigate the factors influencing visitors WTP for the conservation of fireflies in Kuala Selangor, Malaysia. The study aims to estimate the economic value of preserving fireflies and their habitat. The final CVM WTP value is RM 12 ringgit 93 cents per person per year. Other than that, WTP for Kuba National Park evidence from the CVM. The purpose of this study is to estimate Kuching residents WTP for conserving Kuba National Park and analyze the factors affecting their decision. The final CVM WTP value is RM 5 ringgit 35 cents as an entrance fee. And the last case study is measuring the economic value of green roofing in South Korea. And the purpose of this study is to understand the perception and WTP for flood management adaptive measure among respondents in different zones. The study aims to assess the impact of climate change on flood risk and gather data that related to flood management. And the final CVM WTP value is RM 13 ringgit 65 cents.